Hi Dan, I thought I'd make this little video for you just to show you how to do each of these, and then you can in turn help Sasha. I do agree with you, it's a little bit confusing what you're supposed to do. What you first need to do is identify the quadrilateral in each of these shapes, so it's not the triangles, it's the larger shape the triangles make up. The next step would be to identify the angles for the quadrilateral and mark them out nice and clearly so you know exactly what you're trying to find the size of, and then you can label them whichever letter you'd like to. It doesn't matter as long as the letter you mark on here corresponds once you put your values over to the side. So we've done a lot of work about the internal angles of triangles and their angle sum, or what each of the three angles inside a triangle add up to, and we know that's always 180 degrees, and these are all equilateral triangles, so we know each of the angles must be 60 degrees. So immediately we know this will be 60 and this will be 60. For C and D, we can see we have two of these equilateral triangle angles together, so that will be 60 degrees plus 60 degrees, which is 120. And then we head over to the side here and we can fill those labels in. Oh, sorry, getting a little carried away there. Okay, so for the next one, again, identify the four angles we're trying to calculate and label them. Again, you can label them any of the letters as long as the values then correspond over to the side. Here we can see we've got two right angles, and we should know that right angles are 90 degrees, so immediately we know those two. If we have a look here at the equilateral triangle that's marked out for us, we can see one of those angles there, so again we're looking at 60 degrees. The other thing we've spoken about in our lessons is the angle sum for a quadrilateral always equals 360 degrees. So to work out D, we'll be thinking 360 degrees, take away each of the angles we already know. So take away 60 degrees and take away the two 90s. You can do that separately, or take away 180, and that will give us the answer of 120 degrees. Then we can come over here again and mark out our angle values. Okay, this one down here is a little bit more complicated, takes a little bit more calculating. Again though, just mark out the angles we're looking for. And we've got that larger internal angle there. So again, we have an equilateral triangle marked out, so we know this one here is going to be 60 degrees. If we have a look at this particular angle, we can use the fact that we understand this angle here would be 180, and then this angle here is 90, and to try and work out the two small angles and then add them all together. But the easier way of doing that would be to think, let me draw the calculation for you. This whole circle is 360 degrees, and this portion of the circle here we know is 90 because it's marked in as a 90 degree angle. So if we take that away, we'll be left with this larger size angle here. Just checking, is 270 degrees. So we can mark that one as 270. Now again, we know all of the internal angles of our quadrilateral will be 360 degrees. If we take away the two angles we know, then we are left with 30 degrees. And we're given a big clue here that these two triangles, the light grey triangles, are the same shape and the same size. So these two angles will be the same size. If we have 30 degrees left, then we can divide that between the two, which will leave us with 15 degrees for each of those. So sorry, I didn't mark out the letters, so I'll just quickly do that now, in which case I can then come over here and say A was 15 degrees, B 15 degrees, C 270, and D 60. And again, if you wanted to check all of these, you would want to make sure that they all equal 360 degrees. Just to check your answers, which is always a good idea. Okay, I hope that explains it adequately for you so that you can then work with Sasha on it. Thank you. Bye.